Well, hello everyone. There's another film from me. I'm at the western end, or the top end of Carve Island, looking out across the Sound of Mull. I'm in the lee of the island, so out of the wind. And I'm on my first overnight trip in absolutely ages. I think it possibly could be my first overnight kayaking trip this year, which is, well, yeah, which is very disappointing, I suppose, in many respects, but exciting in others. Having had my summer taken away with my depression and just not being able to get out like I would have wanted to do, I'm out at the beginning of September on my first trip, which is amazing. It's quite breezy today. It's quite a strong easterly breeze, or southeasterly breeze, and but it won't be a problem, I don't think. Just take it easy as I paddle across the Sound of Mull. I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to camp tonight, just see where I end up. I might camp on just over near Ben Hiant over there, or I might go into Loch Sunart and see if I find somewhere to camp in there. But just see how I feel, really. So yep, just going to take it easy. As usual, just amble along. Not a race. It's about midday now, so we're lunchtime-ish. So I've got all the afternoon to just enjoy paddling and exploring and then finding somewhere to camp. So I hope you enjoy this film. My first night out for ages. Just let this yacht go past. Hiya. Just across to Loch Sunart. Just to Loch Sunart. Yeah. It's always a dodgy thing when trying to cut across a sea lane rather, like this. I mean, it's not a busy seaway rather, but it's always best to give way to traffic when I'm in my kayak. I just had to wait about 5 minutes to let that sailboat come past my bow. You know, if I tried to cut across his bow, he wouldn't have been certain about my intentions, I guess. Could have caused him a problem. It's easier for me just to stop paddling and wait for him to sail past. It's really lovely out here. Really lovely. Well, there we are, made it across, safe and sound. Very easy paddle across. Apart from that one yacht earlier on, no other traffic really at all. The sea was slightly lumpy, but I had the wind in my favour, I think. So I'm at the top end of Ardnamurchan Peninsula, and I'm going to paddle round towards Loch Ardnamurchan and just make a decision when I get there as to where I'm going to head, whether I'm going to head across towards Ben Hiant or paddle up into Loch Sunart. The whole point of coming out is just to spend a night out and sleep out. So I might not even go as far as I thought I would. There's a beach up ahead that I've often thought about camping out in the past. So I might stop here. There's no point in pushing myself just for the sake of it. Just really lovely and wild along this coastline. So peaceful, it's lovely. I'm so fortunate to have all this on my doorstep. I don't have to travel anywhere, just launch off the beach where I live. And I'm out here, absolutely amazing. Feel very, very lucky actually. So next winter I'll be walking along that skyline, I would think, hopefully, across there when I'm doing my Four Corners expedition. I'll leave a link in my show notes below. 1,000-mile walking trip going to all the four corners of mainland Scotland. Well, starting in the most southern point, which is the Mull of Galloway, and walking up to Peterhead, and then from Peterhead across to Ardnamurchan, across there, and then from Ardnamurchan heading north up to Dunnet Head. Well, this is the beach that I was thinking about, but there's nowhere to put a tent. And anyway, it's far too early. I just looked at my my time, and it's only 1:45. Far too early to stop, really. So what I think I'll do is I'll just sort of head round and head across to a beach below Ben Hiant, across there. Leave Loch Sunart for another day. I think the wind will be blowing down it quite stiffly and yeah. Plus, over on that side I'll keep the sun for longer as well, and hopefully get a lovely sunset as well, so that'll be good. I love the rock along here. I have this sense that it's sweeping down into the sea. Right, well, I think what I'll do is just let the wind blow me across on my back. Lovely. It really is a gorgeous day for kayaking. So that's Ben Hiant just up ahead there. Not sure if you can make out the pebbly beaches stretching along the base of it. So one of those beaches will be a place where I will land and make camp. I've often looked at them and thought they'd be, a great place to camp. But at the moment I'm just coming round into Camas Nangale, which is a small bay. Quite a lot of history here. There's a early medieval incised stone, a cross incised stone, and also the remains of a Neolithic tomb. So quite a fascinating place. I'm not sure I'll paddle right into it and have a look at those items yet, today rather, because I'll leave that for another trip. Well, I think somewhere around here looks quite good. We're here. Right, well, this is where I'm going to land, I think. Skeg up. How wonderful. Always wanted to camp over here. I'm so glad I'm here. That's amazing. Ah, fantastic. Ooh. Well, here I am at my campsite. I'm camping just below Ben Hiant, up there. I've been here a few hours. I've chosen to camp minimally, minimalistically this evening. I've got a new kind of like bivvy bag. It was a hooped bivvy from Alpkit. It's called an Elan. I've not actually used it yet. I got it a while ago with the intention of travelling lightweight and sleeping out under the stars. So that'll be me tonight. It'll be very comfortable. That's a fantastic spot. That's my wee kitchen. Again, a minimalist approach. I've got my wood stove, plenty of wood on the beach, absolutely incredible. And but I have got a meths burner as well, just in case. You know, the wood was wet, but it's not. It's wonderfully dry. So it's lovely to be out. It was quite breezy earlier on, but now the wind has dropped, which means the midges are making an appearance. And yeah, not sure how long I'm going to be able to sit outside, to be honest. But yeah, it's going to be a wonderful evening. I think the sunset's going to be fantastic. So really I'm just chilling out. I'm not doing much at all. I've not wandered around. It's interesting just looking at the landscape and just being here, really. Just immerse myself. That sense of solitude, the aloneness. Yeah, it's just lovely to be here. If I go and sit on that knoll up there, I might catch the breeze and avoid the midges. I've bought a wee tipple, as you can see. The remains of my birthday whiskey. So something to celebrate my first night out in ages. But it's lovely to be here, and I have to say it's just feels so natural, really. It all feels very easy and yeah, perfect. I'm just going to brew up another mug of tea. I'm pretty parched. So I've got these natural firelighters. There's so much wood on the beach, it's fantastic. Yesterday I got my brand new paraglider out. I took it up a local hill, the one over there with the telegraph masts, and it was the first time I'd laid it out and tried it out, put my harness on, and managed to do some ground handling with it. Managed to get it aloft. Kind of surprised myself with how strong it felt, and how much strength I required as well to control it. But it was joyful, absolutely incredible to get, to put everything that I've been watching and teaching myself or learning, and just put it into practice and get it up and use the brakes and control it. I didn't do a flight. I mean, at the moment I'm just learning to ground handle it. But the wind picked up in strength, and so I knocked that session on the head and came home. But the idea is that eventually, when I'm confident enough, I'll pack it into my kayak and climb up Ben Hiant and fly back down. You know, that's the kind of thing I want to be doing with it. I can imagine on an evening like this it'd just be perfect. And a beautiful landing area here, nice and safe. Yeah, pretty safe terrain to fly over as well. Make sure the wind's in the right direction. But yeah, so that's the idea. You know, sort of up the game with my skill level and sense of adventure, and yeah, testing myself in the outdoors. Not being reckless, but you know, I do feel like I need to extend myself in terms of a sense of achievement and accomplishment at the end of an activity. So that's the idea, and there's plenty of opportunities for other kayaking trips which involve climbing low hills and then flying back down again. And then as my confidence increases, then get into the higher mountains, and yeah, so that's the plan. Not very hungry tonight. It's funny, whenever I come out on a trip like this, for the first couple of nights, my appetite seems to take a dip. I don't get very hungry, and then obviously once I get into the rhythm of journeying, then I begin to find my metabolism for the journey. So I guess when I'm at home, it's more about comfort eating, really, I suppose. This small wood burner that I've got, it's really effective. It packs away as a flat pack. Easy to put together, and yeah, it's a good size as well, so I can burn fairly sizable pieces of wood. So I'm thinking about returning tomorrow, and I've got a couple of options. One is to paddle westwards towards Kilcohen and then cut across from Ardnamurchan shoreline to Ardmore Point over there in the far distance, and then paddle back through Bloody Bay and then back to Tobermory, or just go back the way I came, which is back around the top end of Morven and back across the Sound of Mull back into Tobermory. Depends on the wind really, and the sea state, and how I'm feeling. I mean, going westwards and going to Ardmore is the further distance, and if the wind's blowing quite hard from the southeast, which it's forecast to do, I think, it may mean that paddling down from Ardmore back down to Tobermory might be quite a challenge, given that I'm not that paddle fit yet. But again, I have all day to do it, so just take it easy really. So I'll just play it by ear. It is a really lovely paddle up till Kilcohen and around McLean's Nose, which is that sort of headland that comes down there. A watched pot. Excellent. There's green tea in there. Second use of the tea bag. Very refreshing. Ooh. A bit of water just to release the flavour. There we are. Slanger. Aye, slanger. This is fantastic. Something very comforting about a fire. And the great thing about this little stove that it doesn't leave a mark or leave a mess. Just tip the ashes into the sea in the morning. I haven't created a fireplace or left a mark on the grass. And yet I've been able to enjoy burning a bit of driftwood off the beach. Oh, got a lovely blaze going. It appeals to the small boy within me. Nothing like a dram next to a fire. Particularly a peaty smoky whiskey, like a Talisker. Well, it's time for bed. There's a bit of a dew already, and I'm just trying to work out. I've not used this bivvy tent before, so I'm just kind of feeling my way a bit at the moment with tent organisation. There are pockets up there. That's good. Spare clothes. Just make sure that there's nothing that I really want to keep dry. Well, I think that's it, folks, for today. Thanks very much for following me so far, and yeah, I'll see you in the morning. I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep out in my bivvy tent, my bivvy bag. The wind seems to have shifted a bit to the northeast. So yeah, had a lovely evening sitting by the fire, and yeah, it's just been perfect. Just been perfect. Right then, good night folks, and see you in the morning. Good morning everyone. I had a really comfortable night. Very simple, very basic, but a very, very comfortable night, and I think I slept pretty well actually. I was warm, I was cozy. It's just gone 6 o'clock now, and just going to enjoy the sunrise. Fantastic. Oh, this is wonderful. Last night I had a moment when I woke up and I just gazed up at the stars above me. A really beautiful star-studded night. I could see the Milky Way, and then out across there I could see the lights shining. Reuben and Gull, the lighthouse across there. I could see the cardinal markers flashing away, warning of shallow reefs for the shipping lane, and then the light at Ardmore headland. Just felt really, really, really special. And of course the silence, you know, no human sound at all. Really lovely. I keep saying that, but it's true. It's really, really lovely. Here's my coffee filter. Oh, nice strong coffee this morning. Ah, good. Oh, look at that. Pinks in the clouds. Beautiful. Brilliant. Well, it's about 20 to 10, so it's a very leisurely start from my point of view. Having had a nice early start this morning, getting up before the sunrise, just very leisurely, a few cups of coffee and breakfast, and then a mug of tea, and then a slow pack up, but just enjoying being out here. It's just being incredibly restorative being out here. Yeah, just what I needed. It's I can't believe that my mind was telling me not to do this kind of stuff through the summer. But yeah, just incredible to be out. Last night it was lovely. Looking up from my bivvy bag, up at the stars, I could see the Milky Way, and there wasn't a human-made sound around, just the sound of the sea and the wind blowing through the grass. It was absolutely incredible. So an easy day today, really. I'm going to just wend my way back. I haven't yet decided whether to paddle around to Kilchoan and then that way, or go back the way I came. Wind blowing from the east or the southeast, so whichever way, if I start off in the wind, paddling into the wind, if I go back up towards Loch Sunart and then back along the Morven coastline, which is the way I paddled yesterday, or whether I go around McLean's Nose and head towards Kilchoan and then cut across from there to the Isle of Mull. I'm not too sure yet. Actually, what I think I'll do is just probably head back towards towards Loch Sunart, and yeah, and then just paddle back along the coastline and leave Kilchoan for another day. That's my preference for today. So kind of like a there and back type trip out. So I'll take you with me, and yeah, see you on the way. Well, the wind is a lot stronger than it forecast, to be honest. I think maybe because it's blowing straight down Loch Sunart, I'm not sure. But I think I'm just going to cut across to Morven coastline and just wend my way back from there. So the wind will be on my port beam, and hopefully it'll just edge me across. Making me work for my my indulgence. It's absolutely gorgeous out here, though. Well, I'm about halfway across to Morven. And yeah, the wind's definitely picked up. Sea state's not too bad. Wonderful sense of freedom being out at sea like this. sense of feeling alive, really, with the movement of the sea, and yeah, just being at one with the conditions. I'll press on this course for a little bit longer, another 10 minutes, and then I can angle away from the wind and then run before the wind, which would be good, and get to Ardnamurchan Point nice and easily, and probably just get blown straight across towards the Tobermory coastline. See what the wind's doing when I get round Ardnamurchan Point first, though, before I make that decision. Well, there we are, made it across. This is Ardnamurchan Point. The wind has certainly picked up. Yeah, it's probably wise not to head down. I was going to do the crossing from down on Ardnamurchan, you can see down there, and across to the Isle of Mull, and I think it would have been a hard paddle back from Ardmore Point and then back up through Bloody Bay against this wind. So I think I made the right choice. Least line of resistance. So I'm at Ardnamurchan Point and just taking a breather out of the wind. Have a cup of tea. And then I'll head across the Sound of Mull. That's where I camped, across there. Yeah, fantastic. It's very easy to feel a warm glow of accomplishment when in the outdoors like this. You know, it's not a great distance that I've paddled, but you know, just paddling across from just below Ben Hiant across to Ardnamurchan here, and you know, sea conditions were a little bit lumpy and the wind was blowing hard, and that sense of having achieved something when I got across. You know, it's been a long time since I've been out in the water in my kayak, and so, you know, my confidence wasn't 100%, to be honest. But it all comes back, the skill. And yeah, it is that sense of accomplishment. I guess, you know, when you go out for a walk and you get back at the end of the day out, it's that feeling of well-being, and yeah, that warm glow of achievement, and all those new memories that have been created as a result of the endeavour. That's very rewarding, I think. That's why I love coming out, I think, like this. Well, looking across the Sound of Mull doesn't look too lively from this position. No huge whitecaps. I'll probably just skedaddle across from here, really. and back into Tobermory. I'll just work my way along the shoreline a little bit further, another kilometre maybe, before I make the crossing. Yeah, that way I make full use of the wind behind me. Okay, so just head across the Sound of Mull now. I think that strong wind was definitely boosted by by blowing down Loch Sunat, the wind that I experienced earlier, because it's certainly not as strong here. It's still blowing from the southeast. Well, the wind's picked up. Well, made it across the Sound of Mull. A little bit of hard work, and just arriving at the top end of Carve Island. Bit of peace out of the wind, and there's Tobermory over there. This is where this film began. So it seems fitting that this is where it will end. I hope you enjoyed it. Cobbled together, I'm afraid. I've got to get into the swing of making films again and thinking them through and planning the kind of shots that I want to take. So this film's probably quite ad hoc and pretty random, I suppose, but I hope you've enjoyed watching it and got a flavour for my night out, and I'm inspired now to keep going into the autumn and into the winter, nights away and kayaking and just enjoying being back on the water again and being well again. I think that's enjoy being well again. That's the main thing. So if you're a first time viewer and if you enjoyed watching this, please consider subscribing. That would certainly help grow my channel, and give it a thumbs up as well if you really enjoyed it. And yeah, and to all of you who are regular viewers, thank you very much as always. Thank you for your kind words when you leave your comments, and sending you very, very best wishes and all the best. Bye bye.